I saw a Marvel movie, the Marvel movie, by myself for the first time ever. Very odd. Of all the films of the Marvel to see by myself, I saw this one by myself. But I kind of wish, talking about it, I could talk to someone else about it. Someone of a similar mind.
Hey, man.
Oh, look who it is. It's Melbourne's Joshua Lawrence.
Hey!
Here he is.
What's up?
Isn't this crazy?
I'm back.
Ah, for how long?
Until Sunday. 2 days.
Okay, well, we better do this video quickly.
Yes.
So we're about to talk about Avengers Infinity War, completely spoiler-fueled, because, look, if you're watching this, you've seen the film already. And if you haven't seen the film already, you're in America, so I'm sorry. But we're about to talk about the spoilers. Like, the first thing that we'll talk about is probably a very spoilery thing, so you should probably leave. Now, let's just get straight into it. Josh, how did you feel?
Do we have American viewers?
Oh, if we're lucky.
I felt really good.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Is good the right word to say?
I don't know. This was a really hard movie to even discuss coming out of it. I saw it with a mate in Melbourne, and we basically didn't talk about anything for the rest of the No, we didn't talk about it at all.
Wow, because you just couldn't. Cause
barely,
because
we were like, what do we even say? We were just like, that.
Yeah, it's that.
And then we'd just talk about everything else instead. What about you?
I was the same. It's weird because, I was excited for it and stuff, but at the same time I was like, not, because for some reason it just didn't feel like it was ever going to happen. So my expectations were so low. My hype level, whilst excited, was kind of like not visible, or not. I didn't feel it. So when I watched it, I was for the first time I think in any film ever, I just let it wash over me. I didn't overthink. I just let it happen.
And that's weird for Will.
And it's very odd. And I think that's why this
weird.
film is probably the greatest cinema experience I've ever had, because it was just like I was on the edge of my seat. It was like, wall to wall people I gave a shit about. It wasn't like any, not that by the end of every Marvel film you give a shit about everyone, but this film you start off caring about every person that goes on the screen, because they don't introduce, apart from, the Black Order, they don't introduce a single new character, so you care about every person in this film.
They barely really introduce anyone. The Black Order just sort of exist. Like, they're just there, you just take it. They don't say, this is this character, and this is their backstory, and this is this character, and this is their backstory. No one knows who Proxima Midnight is.
No!
They didn't even name her, I don't think.
I don't think so. The only person that I think that gets mentioned is Ebony Maw, because I think Thanos...
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, and Thanos is like, is the Maw dead? And then that's...
Yes, that's it.
That's all.
The Maw.
Okay, I guess.
Bizarre. They are freaking terrifying.
Totally.
How freaking powerful is Ebony Maw?
Oh, he's a goodie.
What the hell, man?
Oh, I loved him, and I loved his voice. I like how, calm he is about everything. He's like, you are all going to die now, so experience that. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
I hope you like your death.
It's so bizarre.
He's creepy.
And Proxima Midnight is brilliant, too.
She's huge.
Yeah. She's just... Man, those characters are sick.
They did so well, and even
cool.
I think it's Black Giant, who's just he's just the Hulk. Even he's
just
quite
a giant
cool.
Black thing.
Yeah, he's just a black thing. He just throws his hammer around. Even he was good. He didn't really do much, but he was cool.
Yeah. I don't really remember much about any of the other ones, other than Ebony Maw
and
Proxima Midnight. Yeah. The ones we know the names of.
Yeah.
Still not really named.
The only one, because I think there's only 4 in it. Corvus Glaive, who's the Vision stabber. He was cool. He floated. The way his movement, the way his cape draped with him, he was very unnerving to look at. And that stab, holy shit.
Yeah.
I've seen it twice. Both times I was like, oh, it's coming. No, obviously not the first time, but the second time I was like, it's coming up. And I felt my body go like that. I was like, no, you betrayed me.
Vision gets freaking destroyed in this movie.
He really does.
Multiple times.
Totally.
He's supposed to be like Superman.
Yeah. You know who's Superman in this film? Thor. Thor is the most overpowered thing now.
He takes the force of a star.
Yeah, it's like, fuck this. I can take this.
And he's still sort of just almost wipes it off. Yeah, he's just a little bit in pain.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what?
Yeah, he is just, I don't know what Ragnarok, his dad's like, mate, you're not the hammer dude, you're the lightning dude. And Thor's like, you're right. And then suddenly he's the biggest thing on Earth. Not on Earth, the universe.
The freaking universe.
Oh my goodness, we'll get to our favourite moments in a bit. We should just keep talking about our characters in this movie, because I think the main one, he's got a bit of dust on his head, is Thanos.
Dusty head.
I just picked up the
his
Thanos
new name.
pop. Dusty head, testicle chin. What a character. What a CGI creation. Josh Brolin, he is playing Cable, and I think I was like...
I forgot that.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
He's also playing Cable. And what is he going to do with that if he did that with Thanos? What's he going to do with like a C-grade character? Like, holy shit, that dude.
Yeah.
He made Thanos terrifying, emotional, you cared about him. I didn't know where I sat with Thanos. It was,
It's really weird, yeah, because his motivations seem relatively legitimate. Like, you're sort of like, well, maybe, like... mass murder is a good idea? But it's like, wait, what? No, I can't be thinking
this. Just because of your lovely eyes, Josh Brolin.
Man.
It was so... And, like, not just the fact that he was, like, you know, it's overpopulated. I think he's also, like, the only way to destroy these gems is to use them. And so he's like, I gotta go find them and use them. And I'm like, yeah, I guess so. It is Marvel's... And shoot me about the Lokiness, but it is Marvel's first perfect villain, I think.
It's finally not... a character who is the same as, like, the main bad...
Yeah.
The main good guy.
Yeah.
Because it's always, like, like, someone wearing a suit that's essentially the same as...
Iron Man.
Our main character wearing essentially the same suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's always that. And this is just, like, it's just one dude who's sort of good, totally evil, let's just say it. How do you write that so well?
And how do you write that... as well as 63 other characters, or ever how many, because all of them have a line, and it's not like a cameo line, it's like they're part of the story.
Yeah.
And they're all written well, they're all portrayed well, like they're all characters we know and love.
They almost all have their own story in this.
Yeah.
Like their own storyline. There is like 3, maybe 4 main stories, but then there's all these like subplots happening at the same time.
They managed to
they
managed to involve Black Widow and Banner's relationship. I was like, is that going to be untouched? Oh no, they're going to exchange a glance, and that's enough.
Yeah.
Like,
what about the love story between Gamora and Thanos?
Yeah.
What is happening there? It's so strange.
It's very odd.
She very much hates him, but like cries when she thinks she's killed him, and then you just think that Thanos is just this mad titan who is going to, like, just hates everything.
Yeah.
And even she thinks that. And the way he has to get the Soul Stone is kill something he loves, which is Gamora, apparently.
Yeah.
So he throws her off, and he gets the Soul Stones.
So he does.
Which he loves her.
Yeah.
He actually cares about her.
I think we should just go straight into everything about Gamora and that Soul Stone stuff. What it's really funny, and so if you're at this point in this video, in this podcast... Gamora dies.
And we are almost certain that she's not coming back.
No.
If you sacrifice someone you love, get that Soul Stone, get all the other stones, you can just bring them back. That totally eliminates any stakes in getting the Soul Stone and then all the other ones, because it's like, that's supposed to be a big important thing that you've got to get rid of. She's not coming back. You can't
come back from that.
You can't bring her back after having to sacrifice her to get one of the most powerful things in the universe. She's not coming back as Gamora.
Yes. So, 100% that no matter what.
This is a Will theory.
But this is my little theory here.
I love this.
So, in the comics, as a very, very, very glossy overview, because it's like... It's almost like a 20-year history now. But Thanos has done almost everything for Lady Death, because he loves her. Like, he is pining over her, and he's like, I'm doing this all for you.
He's trying to court death.
He's trying to court death. Remember that line? Yeah. Remember that little line?
Just throw it in there.
Yeah, there's the line.
To challenge them is to court death.
We didn't get Lady Death in this. We were hoping it might have been Hela, but, that might have been a stretch. Rather, just let's get Hugo Weaving without a German accent. Possibly because he loves something in this film. The only thing he loves in the entire MCU history of this Thanos is apparently Gamora. And the one defining trait of his love, or of him and Death, is that he loves her. Could Gamora be now Lady Death? And in Avengers 4... she's gonna be here, and the opposite of him pining over Lady Death, he's going to be like traumatized and constantly being berated by this voice in his head, which is Gamora.
In the comics, all he's trying to do is obtain her love and her acceptance.
And that's
everything.
what he wants in this movie.
And that's what he wants from that. That's what he wants from Gamora. He just wants Gamora to know that what he's doing is the right thing and all of that. And she's just going to be over the top of him now.
Like,
just like,
I don't know what you did that for. I hate you, mate.
You're bad. You're bad. And he's like, no, I'm doing this for you. This is for you. I saved you, blah, blah, blah. And she's going to be like, you suck.
Yeah. Because, you old Americans, if you're watching, you've seen the film now, I assume, in the course of us talking. But, you know, you guys didn't exist on the internet about this film yet. This was all me. I felt very proud of myself coming up with a theory for the first time.
It was a good one, too.
It was a rockin' one. So maybe Gamora's going to have a big role in the next film. Which, to be honest, never thought Gamora and big role would ever be something in the Marvel Universe. Sure. Zoe Saldana, love ya, but Guardians also didn't really think they'd ever play into the big scale of Marvel in the way they do in this film. It's pretty big. Pretty big. Star-Lord's the reason they don't win. Like...
Yes. Holy crap. Oh man, I was so annoyed. It's freaking like Tony Stark getting mad at Winter Soldier again.
Yeah, totally.
It's just like, no, don't do it, don't do it.
Just hold on a second.
Everything's almost okay. You've almost defeated the bad guy. Don't do anything. And they did it again. It's Tony Stark and Spider-Man on the gauntlet.
And Drax.
Pulling it off. And Drax, that's right.
Yeah.
With Mantis on Thanos' head. This is amazing. This scene is insane.
It is the best scene in the film.
Just Mantis on Thanos' head, relaxing him so that he can't do anything. And it's like, she's using all her power, and she's like, I can't hold it, I can't hold it, I can't hold it, he's too strong. Everyone's just freaking out, and then you've got freaking Star-Lord finding out that Thanos killed Gamora, and then just starts, like, punching him?
Yeah, he just lays into him.
And then Thanos snaps out of it. He grabs the glove just as it's freaking coming off his hand. Spidey pulls it off
and he goes, I got it! And then Thanos just rips it off.
And then everything goes to crap. Oh man, Star-Lord, I love you, man. Holy crap.
What a
dick.
And in that scene, going back to the old mate, the CGI of that man in that scene. Oh. That is a purple Brolin in a suit. Mm-hmm. There is no way that was CG. That's just...
But it was.
But let's talk about our few qualms of this film. And they are very few and very small.
Yes. I'm going to 1, 2.
Yeah, because
I had one main one.
Yeah. So, my first qualm is at the start of the film, and it's less a qualm and more just an annoyance. It's more a gripe than a qualm. I don't know the difference between gripes and qualms, but I assume that it's a chasm between the two.
Qualms?
Qualms? So, it's Loki. Loki has come so far as a character. He is evolved. Well, you know, he came far and then Thor 2 happened and they just kind of went, let's pretend he's the same character from Thor 1.
Refresh.
Yes, but he has like 3 stages, and at the end of Ragnarok, he seems to know what he is, he seems to love his brother again, and he seems to, for the most part, be on the side of good. The start of this film, he's like, go for it, kill my bro, and then he starts to, and then he's like, oh god, I love him, and it's like, wait, hang on, no, but maybe you're just scheming, that's part of your scheme. He then comes back and he's like, alright, I'll be your tour guide, and it's like, yeah, but you just faltered in front of Thanos. Thanos knows that you're not on his side. You're not being smart right now. And he's like, no, but yeah. And then he magics a knife and he goes, you know what, this'll work. And just goes to stab Thanos. What? Why was that your plan, Loki? You've shown in just Avengers, in your second film, you can make multiple versions of yourself. You can friggin' change your clothes. I mean, that's not a big thing. You can, you can scan people's eyeballs with a little, sometimes, with a little machine. Like, you've got all this weird stuff. But you're like, you know what, I'm like Thor is the god of hammers, I'm the god of knives. And like, pulls out, what the hell, man?
Knife.
Why was that the crux of why Loki dies? Because Loki's death is brilliant.
Yeah, Loki dies.
Loki dies at the start of the film.
In the first 10 minutes of the film.
Heimdall does first, but Heimdall's death is pretty intense as well.
It is.
He gets stabbed through the chest. Thanks, Idris. But Loki's death is just, it's holding onto his throat. He's turning blue. He's turning back to the Frost Giants, or whatever they're called in Marvel. you know, and like he says, "You'll never be a god," and then dies. It's like intense. But I just wish what led up to that was just smarter. But he did say, "We have a Hulk," and that was very fun.
That was very great. Oh man,
that was very good.
And that's the only time you see the Hulk
in the whole film. In his full glory.
My goodness, I just can't believe he didn't come back. Anyway,
Qualm for you.
Next, Guam. We've already basically mentioned it. Red Skull not having an accent. Why didn't he have an accent? Like, you're sort of supposed to see him and be like, oh yeah, he's that German dude. But you sort of see him and you're like, wait, was he the German dude? Oh yeah, I think he was. But he's not so German anymore. What?
Yeah.
Why? Just get someone who can do an accent or who has the accent if you didn't get Hugo Weaving to do it.
Totally.
That was really weird. I found that super
It was very
strange.
odd. It was a
I
bit
loved
annoying.
that he was in it.
Totally. I love that
sort
they
of hoped-
cleared that up.
Yeah, I sort of hoped that, like, there was just a bunch of the bad guys
Just
had
chilling there.
died and went to this
Imagine.
planet.
Bad guy
They're all
heaven.
they're all just hanging out.
Yeah.
For some reason.
My second, and I think I have a third one, but I can't remember it. My second qualm is that just some of the jokes just went a little bit too long. And it's something, the Guardians 1 less so, Guardians 2, there was quite a lot of jokes that just kept going, and you were like, no, the joke was finished. There's quite a few in this film, but I think the one that lands the flattest, well, it lands perfectly by the end of it, but has this weird middle section that just goes an extra minute too long, is Drax the Invisible. It's so funny.
It's so great.
It's so great.
It's such a Drax thing.
Yeah. I love that Drax is allowed to be Drax in this film and in his films. Like I love where we've gone with him.
Because they're like, we can see you, and then he's like, no, you can't see, and then he starts eating a chip.
Yeah, and that's funny.
They're like, no, we can see you eating the chip. He's like, no, you can't, and then he starts chewing the chip,
Yeah.
and then he goes back, and it's like,
It's just
he should have just
stop.
put it in his mouth, and then she should have come in,
Yeah.
and that would have been half the joke, like half the actual length of the joke.
Yeah. And again, it doesn't detract from the film.
It doesn't.
Like, I love Guardians 2, and that film has a lot of those types of jokes. Because, and we'll go back, it's back to the good things, because I don't think we've got anything else bad to say about this film.
Yeah.
The humour in this film, despite Ragnarok being, oh god, Thanos just fell, despite Ragnarok
Thanos rising.
Thanos has risen, Thanos will return.
It's a comic series.
Thanos rising.
Karma?
Karma Rising? Despite Ragnarok being a comedy film, like it's literally set up to be that, this film, I think, has better written jokes, because I think Ragnarok's entirely friggin' improv. This film has better written jokes that land so friggin' well.
And they're just perfectly timed within, like, all of the horror and, like, the violence and death that's in this movie. Like, there's still just these funny moments that just kind of make you giggle.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, wait.
Death.
Everyone is dying.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Like, there's just these little bits just everywhere, and it's just such a Marvel comic.
Yeah. It's even in Star-Lord's, just before he realizes Gamora's been killed, he's cracking jokes.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
Because you know where it's going, and you're like, you're gonna not like where this is ending up, boy.
Seconds before he ruins everything, and
He's still making jokes.
We yelled before.
Yeah.
He made a joke at Thanos.
Yeah, and I want to go back to the nowhere scene, which is incredible, because like you're in this place that you've been in the other films, and then oh shit, it's all gone. The Collector's actually already dead. Like, this is insane. All of that, and then he pops up and he's like, I consider myself more of a Titan killing booty call. Like, he's making jokes, and it's fine because that is the Guardian's tone. Like. And it never breaks what's going on. Thanos is still terrifying when he's towering over him and Star-Lord's cracking wise. This film balances tone in a way that I just don't get. Like, one of the best... Look, there are so many best scenes in this film.
It's so hard to talk about this movie.
Yeah, it's just
so much
bits.
happens.
One of... the moment that I was like, this is going to be my favourite Marvel film, is when sound just stops. And you hear this rumble in the background, and Tony's just looking around, and then you cut to Benedict. What's his name? Doctor Strange. And then it cut back to Tony, and he goes, Doc, are you moving your hair? And he's like, not at the moment. And then just the rumble and the silence, and he walks out, and there's cars going everywhere, and that whole intense bit starts with a joke. Like, it starts with the hair joke, and it doesn't. You're so like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Like, they don't break the tension of what's happening, and that scene rockets.
It's a joke inside tension.
Yeah, and they just do it so freaking well. So, to wrap up our points, because I feel like we should just talk about our favourite bits, our favourite line and stuff. This film balances tone in an impossible way. It balances so many characters in a stupid way. And not just characters, but like franchises as well. And like locations, like Wakanda. A location that existed 3 months ago and now is the primary battle in this whole film.
And it just feels like home.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, no, I know this.
I remember this place. I remember M'Baku. Oh, thank God he stuck around.
Yeah, that was so great. And they're doing the yell again.
Yeah. It's so, and that, like, see how just make that noise again? This film came out 3 months ago and it's already solidified as a thing. Like, it's already, like you say, it already feels like home. Like, friggin' Tom Holland, he's been in all up probably 3 hours of Marvel. Yeah. And he's already, like, he's Spider-Man. He is just Spider-Man. We'll get to the end scene of this film where people go away, because we need to just talk about that on its own. Yes, so characters, comedy and stuff. This film is visually stupidly good. Stupidly good.
There is one CGI moment that I did not overly enjoy.
Banner and the Thing?
Yes.
Banner and the Thing is disgusting.
It doesn't look that great.
No. Banner and the Thing is just bad.
For all of the CGI that they did in this movie.
Why was that the fail?
Why is that the bad one? The one you've done before.
Yeah. The one that you're getting worse at, somehow. You're getting worse at making people look like they're in the suits.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's very odd.
We can move on from that.
No, but also...
No, we can't.
No, we can't quite move on to that. Because they struggled at putting a head in a suit. But they went pretty well with putting nanobots all around Tony to make it look like he was in the suit the whole time. How do you do that? But then up a simple green screen.
Like a head. Just the head.
Just the head, mate.
Get him in there.
Just the head. Get the head in there. But yes, apart from that, visually, this film, it's got better text than Civil War. We'll say that. It's got better...
Yes, it's big obnoxious text, but
it's
down the bottom.
Down the bottom and in a nice font.
Yes.
This whole film feels Lord of the Ringsy because that font like that. And Alan Silvestri, thank you for coming back, Alan. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you for coming back.
What a busy man this year.
Yeah, what a busy man
Ready Player
this year.
One, like two of the biggest movies of the year.
And he's pumping out brand new scores. Them. Yeah. When we go to the Crucible or whatever, where his axe gets formed, there's this kind of whimsical, soft music that's just... It's something we haven't heard in Marvel before, and it just sets the tone for that impossibly magical place.
Because we haven't really seen, like, dwarves and that sort of almost, like, medieval era type thing, other than sort of
Thor 2 had a little bit of...
and stuff like that. Yeah. But this is much more mystical and medieval
forging
style.
Weapons and stuff. Yeah.
Forging weapons. It's just a big forge.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Peter Dinklage.
Let's talk about Peter Dinklage.
He's a giant dwarf, and I'm saying that because his race is a dwarf.
Yeah.
I loved him. It was very distracting him being on there because everyone in my cinema, you could just hear them all going, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
It's Peter Dinklage. Hey, do you know that's Peter Dinklage? Check it out. Like, for probably, like, the entire first section of them being at the Forge thing, everyone's just saying Peter Dinklage in the cinema. It's like shut up. Yeah. No, it is.
I haven't even seen Game of Thrones.
We know.
I don't know.
So that's not anything to do with, like, the film.
No. It's just like people ruin that scene a little bit. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it's odd. It doesn't detract from the film. It's just very... It's a very strange thing. Like, it almost feels like Taika Waititi had one input in this film, and it was cast Peter Dinklage as a giant dwarf, and they were like, what? And then they saw the box office ratings of Ragnarok, and were like, I mean, clearly he knows what he's doing, so let's do it. Like, it's just such a weird thing. Actually, there's one story qualm.
Another one.
Is that he's so desperate for a handle, but at no point do we talk about the crafting of this thing at all. And he's like, oh no, the handle! Somebody find me the handle! And it's almost like he was specifically saying that so Groot would be like, fine.
Yeah.
Like, where'd the handle come from?
And then he, like, runs off to find the handle.
Yeah.
Groot does that, and then we never see him again.
He's gone.
Did he find the handle?
Yeah. Did he? That should have been one of the post-credits scenes.
Yeah.
And he just comes back with the handle. He's like, I found. And then, he goes, I found... And then the handle drops out and his hand disappears and he's like, what the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Like-
We didn't even talk about the fact that half the population of the universe disappears.
They all go away.
Oh, man.
They all go away.
Because you just said, we'll talk about when they go away. But, like, what does that mean?
They go away.
They all just sort of...
They drift away.
fade. They just turn to ash.
Yeah. And it's very interesting because in the comics, it's a blink. They're gone. They're completely just... I like that they take...
The click and it happens.
Yeah, because in the comic books, there's not that much emotion, really. Yeah. Like, you don't have that much affection towards these characters. These guys...
Especially not in the 90s.
No, not at all. Because they're just these campy bullshit macho people.
And there's so much dialogue in those comics. Not the later ones. The later ones are great.
It's fine. But yeah, I like that they know we love almost all these characters. Sam, who gives a shit? But, sorry, Anthony Mackie. Sam? Even though I just said that, that was one of the heart-wrenching ones. Because it was like, Rhodey doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah. My friend, I think I talked him away from this point, but my friend didn't like how overacted Spider-Man seemed when he was disappearing. But I was like, okay, look, this is a 16-year-old child on another planet for the first time who just watched half of the people he battled with turn to ash and now he's dying and turning to ash and disappearing.
Yeah.
As if you're not going to freak out like Peter Parker did.
Yeah.
On that mystery planet that had already
been
completely wiped out. You're going to be freaking out.
And to add to that, he's like, I disappointed Tony. Yeah. And Tony's like, dude, don't worry about that now.
He apologizes as he's dying.
Oh, man. It is an intense scene, and Tom Holland and RDJ just... They nailed it.
Yeah.
They friggin' nailed it.
No matter how much you see RDJ sort of not treat Peter Parker quite right, like he just sort of... He still almost looks like he's sort of using him a little bit, but you can tell a lot of what he's doing is like just tough love.
Yeah.
He freaking cares about this kid
goodness,
so much.
Yeah.
Like he wants the best out of him, and it's why he sent him back to Earth so that he didn't die, because Tony was like... This is dangerous. This is a one-way mission.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, we're not coming back from this. We're going to die doing this. You should be back on Earth because I don't want you dead.
Yeah.
I can't have that.
And you know why he knows that? Because he said to Pepper, I want to be dad. And he's like, I shouldn't have said that. That means, and I'm in a movie. If I say I'm a dad, that means I'm going to die. There's no way I can be, there's no way I can live if I just told my love interest that I'm going to be a dad.
That's right. Also, everyone's thing about Pepper Potts dying... isn't a thing.
She's not even in the movie, really.
Yeah, she's just like, I think they're married now, but that's pretty much it, and you never see her again.
Yep. The end. But Jon Favreau's in the next film, so I assume along with Favreau, sure.
I hope he defeats Thanos.
That'd be great. It's like a team up of him, Howard the Duck, Dave or whatever from Thor's flatmate.
Yes.
Daryl.
Daryl. I want him back so bad.
The Grandmaster, because I assume the Grandmaster's still living with him.
Please.
Korg. Who else?
Korg.
Peter from Deadpool 2.
Yes. Let's just get them in there.
Because we've got no one left. Everyone else dies, and then they're like the B team.
Yes.
And Coulson. So, yeah, totally. They all drift away. Now, one of the guys at my work was like, so the people that drift away are kind of all the new ones. They're entirely the new ones. So what he's wondering is, what if their removal is actually them being removed to a different plane of existence, maybe a different universe, like something like the Ultimate Universe or something. They've been pushed somewhere else. And the ones we've got left, they're the original Avengers team. They're Rhodey as well, which is the other dude that isn't Sam Wilson.
He's so old.
Rhodey is so
old.
Man, he's looking old. They're all the guys that we've grown to love over these 10 years, and then all the new ones, including Black Panther, are the ones that have been taken from us. So this guy Matt at work, he's wondering, are we going to have a trade between the old and the new to get them to get them back? And I think just thinking about it now, the pinnacle of the reason they'll have to do the trade is Doctor Strange. They'll all of the ones we've got left will be like, we have to do this. Not only are we saving a kid's life, but Strange has to be here. without Strange, this can't be fixed. And so they're like, all right, well, I guess we're going to do this. And that's how we lose our original team, but gain and keep this new wave of heroes.
How that happens, I have no idea.
Wait,
how the actual, like, this is how we have to sacrifice
How do we do
ourselves.
it? Yeah. They all put out their hands
I'm
on the
sure they'll
glove.
work it. Yeah, that's right, and they'll just fake into it.
But yeah, so that's his theory. Another theory from Miles, you might be listening, you might be watching, who knows. Miles the Ross on the
love you,
Tweety.
man.
Miles the
Love
Ross.
your beard.
He does. I don't. Is that maybe because we see the gauntlet just gets theft up. It just gets destroyed. It gets
So
full on theft. Whether Thanos, unlike in the comics, has just gone too far. The snap might have erased half of this universe as well as every universe, and he's broken the multiverse, and it's all going to start collapsing. And when it collapses, that's how we're going to get our Fox characters, and just how we're going to get all these bits and pieces. Then they all have to come together to save the world. And along with this theory, Miles is also like, I wonder if Thanos has forgotten everything he did, because in the comics he does. Right at the end, when he fails,
Just goes off and
lives
is
in a
a
farm.
farmer.
And
a
wait,
farmer.
a farmer.
Oh,
He uses his thumb. He toils
He's a thumber.
He's a thumber. And where do we see him at the end of this? Pretty much a thumb.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much a thumb.
When I saw that, I was so excited. I'm like,
Yeah,
yes,
we went there.
Thanos the farmer.
Thanos the farmer.
Here
We
it
got
comes.
there. Because Thanos looks so vacant at the end there. He doesn't look the grumpy, emotional Thanos that we just saw. He just looks so content and so happy. And I think even succeeding in one's plan wouldn't get you there. I think the only way you could be visually and emotionally the way he is if you just forgot.
Yeah.
If you forgot everything that you just did.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where we're headed.
But there
good
is
Thanos.
also another glove at the forge.
Mm.
Because you see it. You see one of the gloves and they're like, what did you do?
Yeah.
He's like, well, I had to make it because otherwise he was going to kill everyone. And he did it anyway.
Yeah.
But there is another glove.
There is another
It's
glove.
not just the fake one on Asgard that probably exploded.
Yeah.
There's
another
there's an actual
gauntlet.
another gauntlet to hold these things. Because the other one's freaking theft.
Yeah, that's it. It's
So-
theft. Properly effed.
Maybe they'll use the other one.
Maybe.
And can I just say, I'm pretty sure the only heroes that are left, I'm pretty sure they're the only ones that are in the pile of dead bodies that Tony Stark sees when Scarlet Witch makes him see the thing in Ultron.
Yeah.
At the very start, I'm pretty sure the only ones that,
That we didn't
actually
lose
left
any of the ones in there.
are the pile. Yeah, there's no extra ones that are still alive.
Well, they're Rhodey and stuff. I don't think Rhodey's on that pile. Nor would Nebula. But I think you're right in saying the original core Avengers, none of them were taken. Exciting, eh?
I want to check that.
Yeah, Karen Gillan is going to be a lead in Avengers 4, apparently.
A lead.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's the only one of
guess
two Guardians left.
There's not many of them left.
She's going to be a bloody
Wow.
lead.
Hell yeah.
Also makes sense why she's on every press tour now.
That makes sense.
Disney have just been dangling these meat sticks? Why did I go with that? Carrot sticks right in our faces and been like, what does all this mean? And we're like, I don't know. Get the what's a meat stick, Disney?
I'm still trying to figure out what a meat stick is.
Yeah, I don't really know. I assume a sausage? Yeah, so I'm excited to see where that goes. I'm excited to see what this little lineup gets us. You know, Rocket's still around. I don't know where that's going to go. I want to know where Ant-Man and the Wasp are. I want to know where Hawkeye is. I want to know if they're just chilling at home and they're like,
That's sort of what they said.
yeah, it's what
They're
they
like,
said.
oh yeah, like house arrest because they were arrested. They were two of the ones that were arrested.
But they said their names back to back.
Yes.
It was basically saying Ant-Man and the Wasp and Hawkeye are in a movie next. Like, it was just weird to put both of their
Whoa.
names back to back.
Actually, if Hawkeye was in freaking Ant-Man.
Surely it will be. I think that Hawkeye would suit a heist film,
Yeah.
which is the tone of those films.
Yeah, because
So-
he was also like a spy thing. Not
I
quite
feel
the same
like
as Black Widow, but,
that's gonna be where we're going.
It's gonna be nuts.
Because oh buddy, next is Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel is gonna link straight into Avengers 4 because she'll be at the end of that film will be her getting a call and being like, oh, I wonder what that's about, and she'll pop over. Unless another theory from Matt or Miles, I can't remember. Imagine if at the end of Captain Marvel she fades away. The end of that film, she gets the call and then she's like, what the hell? And imagine people that didn't see Infinity War and were like, what the hell? Is
be
she
great.
dead? Did I just watch a movie where the main character dies at the end?
Like, mysteriously?
Yeah.
There's no reason for
Oh,
it?
what a shame there isn't other movies to explain this.
Can I just, jumping onto Captain Marvel, just
Yeah.
for 1 second before we jump back and talk about our favourite lines.
Mm-hmm.
I am really keen for Captain Marvel where I'm really hoping that Nick Fury loses his eye.
Oh yeah.
So he's got 2 eyes at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and he
then we see
says,
that
like,
happen.
like,
Someone betrays him.
yeah, last time what was it?
Trusted someone.
Last time I trusted
I lost
someone,
an eye.
I lost an eye.
Yeah.
So, frickin' Skrull,
Someone's gonna...
It's gotta
Ben
be a
Mendelsohn's
Skrull.
gonna cut his eye out.
gonna be Skrull.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to just the moment where he gets given the beeper
Yeah.
to call her, and it's just like,
Because
"This is the
it's
thing."
such an ancient 90s looking tech compared to all the S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff.
Oh yes.
I'm also excited to see Coulson and Ronan and that dude that's like, who? Whatever his name is.
Yeah, the weird like
The little robot
electronic
man.
head guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all that. What a film that's going to be. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that movie.
You know how we were like, man, Infinity War's never going to happen? Captain Marvel's at the start of next year. I feel like they announced that like 6 years ago.
That's so true. And Ant-Man, like
and
the first
Ant-Man,
Ant-Man
yeah.
was supposed to be one of the first Marvel movies,
Mm.
and it took like what 7 years.
Yeah, because it happened after the second Avengers film.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Goodness, what a side step.
What a
we
side
just
step.
took.
A side film, side step. Let's get back into our favourite moments.
Favorite lines.
And,
What
favourite
was-
lines.
What was your favorite line? What was your favorite line?
My favourite line comes from my favourite scene, probably. It's like one of the 6 equally favourite scenes. But it's when Star-Lord goes, hey, wait, where is Gamora? And then Tony Stark goes, I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? And then Drax goes, I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora? It was like, that's right, this is the humour Drax has.
It's so
This is the
good.
humour tone, like,
He's such an idiot.
that whole scene was the reason I was excited for this film, which is the Guardians and my 3 like non-Guardians favorite characters in the
Yeah.
whole cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Also, thanks for putting
figure
those
it out?
3 together.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mine would probably be back on the Forge
Mhm.
when the Star is going to hit Thor and he's like, no, I'm going to hold this thing open. I'm going to take the full force of it. And
And
what's he
Dinklage,
say?
I think he's like, if you take the full force, you'll die.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll only die if it kills me. And when that happened, when he said that, I'm like, did I mishear one of what they said? Because I'm like, just that fraction of a second, I was like,
What?
wait, what?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone else probably was.
What does
And
that mean?
so was Peter Dinklage,
Yeah.
because he's like, yes, that's what kills you means.
The dumbest
such
thing
a-
I think I've ever heard in a film.
But it's such an epic moment at the
Yeah.
same time. You're like, that shouldn't...
Why is Thor this dumb again?
It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre.
It's very weird.
But, oh man, what a great line. All the
love it.
stuff about, like, just Star-Lord talking about Earth, the way he remembers it, and then people talking about it to him
Yeah.
about how it actually is, and
Yeah.
his confusion.
Like-
And all of their confusion, because all the Guardians, all they know of Earth is what
What he said.
Peter Quill's been telling them. And so they're all like, yeah, we know Earth. And then there's all these modern characters
like,
who are like, the hell are you talking about? No, none of that's a
Yeah.
thing. It's all of that is brilliant.
It's-
They're back and forth.
It's everything
It's
we
so
wanted
good.
from when Peter finally meets modern day people.
Yes.
Very freaking funny.
If you haven't seen this movie and you're still watching this, go freaking see this
Yeah, hang on.
movie.
Let's go to our sponsors. I'm pressing a button on the microphone. Our sponsors is every cinema that's showing Infinity War. They want you to go see Infinity War right now. If you're already watching this listening podcast, you should see it because you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And also, our other sponsors, everyone who has seen Infinity War wants you to go see Infinity
They all want
War.
you to see it.
Except this one person, Connor Masters, who went,
Connor Masters.
what the hell, man?
What the hell,
I'm calling
man?
you out. That is rubbish.
What a piece of shit. Moving on.
Infinity Wars is amazing.
Yeah,
on.
And we're back from our sponsors. So, favorite scenes. Let's go out favorite scenes. You go first for this one, Josh.
Oh, man. You gotta give me some...
Okay, my favorite scene, favorite scene is when the Guardians meet the Avengers. Well, 3 of the Avengers. Everything about that was perfect. But my favorite moment, if I could pick one moment,
Oh,
my one single moment.
yes.
Do you want to? Is it the same moment? It's not the same moment, is it? Do you want to do your
I feel
moment?
like it is.
Maybe the same moment.
I feel like it is.
My number one moment of the film, which felt weird to me that it was my number one moment, but also, the more I thought about it, the more it was my number one moment, was when this big axe just flew out of the beam of light, and the Avengers theme was just like, here's my dick! And it was just like, oh, here we go. Here's the weirdest team-up I've ever seen, but I guess this is fine.
And then you get Bruce Banner going, oh, you're screwed now! It's so good.
It is a moment. It's the thing this film does, which is gives you moments that you wanted, but also gives you moments you didn't realize that you needed.
Oh, buddy.
They just keep throwing them.
And I like that they all come through. Bruce has never seen...
totally Rocket
Groot or Rocket. No one's questioning the fact that a raccoon is holding a gun and there's a tree running around.
No one ever questions them.
Yeah.
That's true.
It just happens.
I wonder if they will in Avengers 4, if it'll just go unnoticed.
They're just going to continue on and just be like, eh.
I mean, Rocket's still there.
Rocket's there. Groot disappeared.
Groot's gone.
Freaking...
But yeah, like, Rocket and Bucky just chill. Bucky picked... There we go, Groot's gone.
It's gone.
Rocket gets picked up by Bucky in one of the coolest moments ever. And he's like, how much for the gun? It's not for sale.
Oh, buddy.
How much for the arm? I'm getting that arm.
That is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, because Winter Soldier has a gun in one hand.
And Rocket in the other.
You would expect him to like hold a gun in the other hand, and he's spinning around, but he just picks up Rocket. And they're both spinning around, shooting at the same time. What even is that?
Yeah.
And it's still not even questioned.
It's never mentioned.
No one has questioned the fact that there is a rocket.
Continuing on, it's like the two bros, and then Groot's like, I'm Groot, and then Steve's like, I am Steve Rogers. And Steve just accepts it, because Steve's a good white American patriotic man,
That's right.
and he's like, I accept everyone, including this tree man.
Yes.
And that's another moment, in the same way that, I mean, the Rocket one is the one we wanted him to talk about Bucky's arm. But we didn't know we wanted Groot and Steve.
That.
We didn't know it, but they were like, you know what? You do want that.
I think one of my other favourite moments, which made me like question everything.
Yeah.
Not everything, just Australian life. When Groot first talks when Thor's around and Thor responds, Rocket's like, oh, you speak Groot?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it was an elective. Like,
What?
do Americans have electives? Or is that just an Australian thing? And because Chris Hemsworth is Australian,
He said elective.
he just threw that out there as like one of his sort of
Yeah.
like ad
weird
hoc lines,
Thor,
whatever.
yeah.
Whoa,
Do we have those?
was that like an Australian joke?
Yeah.
Just then in this international movie, maybe only we have that.
Maybe it's dubbed
Maybe it's
with
different
other things.
elsewhere. Yeah,
It's like
because
Cap's list in Winter Soldier.
Cap's list,
Yeah.
totally.
Josh,
Yes.
did you think Tony was dead? Did you think he was gonna die?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I thought a lot.
That was
I
it.
thought more main characters were gonna die, and the next Avengers movie
Was getting
would
them back.
be either like getting them back or whatever, and it would be sort of all the new guys being like,
We're in now.
we're the Avengers now. We have to go save the classic
Yeah.
Avengers.
Right. Did you think he was gone or in that bit when he gets stabbed? Did you think that was it?
Yeah, holy
Yeah.
crap!
Yeah.
He gets stabbed,
He gets
through,
stabbed
the
through the chest.
body,
Yeah.
like just straight through the chest.
The will in me never questioned that he was going to survive this film. So even with the thing stuff for him, I was like, there's something. Like Thanos is still chatting to him. Like Tony's not whimpering out. He's like, oh, this hurts, but he's not. I didn't feel like he was dying yet. So I didn't have that, but I do 100% understand if that was like, oh shit, this is it.
Yeah.
Because even the music cuts out when he gets stabbed. You know, Thanos is like, I hope they remember you.
Big.
Like,
Everyone, like, I think everyone in the cinema, like, gasped.
just like, oh
Just
shit,
held
this
their
is
breath
it.
when that happened.
This
'cause
is
it's
the
like,
Han Solo of this year.
Yeah, this is like the first character we ever saw in this.
Is
just
gone.
got stabbed through the chest.
Yeah. But I do think it's a massive Chekhov's gun, because he is well and truly, because of that moment, well and truly screwed in the next film.
And-
he is not making it out.
And RDJ is like, what, 5 movies past his contract?
Yeah. He's done. He literally did a film where
Hell.
he didn't need to be in the film, but he still did the movie.
Spidey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cap's not making out of the next one, because friggin' Evans has wanted out since, like, Cap 2. So we're losing some... I think Thor, though, I think him getting a new weapon is a bit of a guarantee that he's sticking around. I just think it's a bit of a big thing to do. His character's gone through so much in Ragnarok that it's kind of he's sticking around a little bit longer. I feel like if any of the old Avengers are sticking around, it's him.
It's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm intrigued whether Black Widow would, because Black Widow's getting a film. So I don't know if you'd keep her around and if you'd kill her off, but still give her her own film.
I feel like you'd need to keep her with Hawkeye.
Totally.
His whole life seems to be almost revolved around her.
Yeah, totally. Until
they're
he suddenly had a family.
They're so connected.
Yeah.
They've done freaking Budapest together.
Totally.
Give me that movie.
That Black Widow movie better be that. Otherwise, it's just Red Sparrow, and Red Sparrow was shit. I mean, as we've said, Don Cheadle, you're a bit old, mate. It's time to your legs got blown off. Like I think it's your time.
Yeah.
Who else is sticking around? Who else wouldn't stick? I think that's it. I think that's our main Avengers.
The classics.
I don't know what they'll do with the Guardians, because there is Guardians 3, but there's also a 4-year gap. So Guardians 3 could just be a part of that 4-year gap. There's no reason it has to be post Infinity War. So, you know, they could off all of the Guardians. Like, going into it, I was like, surely we'll have some idea what Avengers 4 is going to be. No. This movie just ends. It's like, bye everyone, the end.
Hope you enjoy.
Yeah. Like, it's
and no one knew how to talk.
No. Like, the Russos were like, it's not really a part 1, part 2 situation. They're really their own films. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And then at the end of this one, I was like, I guess that's true. Like, yeah, I guess this is the end.
My friend was like, oh yeah, so there's like, it's gonna sort of be this massive cliffhanger. I'm like, no. I don't think it's a cliffhanger. I think it's gonna be like rounded off and then it's gonna just sort of somewhat continue in the next one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Boy, was he mad at me.
Yeah, but this is the weirdest cliffhanger because it is a finish. There's nothing else that they need to do with Thanos. Like, they can't stop him. He's achieved what he wanted to achieve.
Yeah.
The people are gone. Like, they, to the universe, they are gone. In a sense, this is its own film.
Yeah.
In a sense, that could be where the universe the Marvel Universe is, and then going forward, those characters are just gone. But they're not, because you know what they are? They're Avengers, and what they do is avenge. So that's why we're getting Avengers 4.
Revengers? We
Revengers?
should get the Revengers.
But isn't that's the guy, that's Thor's group?
Yeah. We should get that. Look, like, this thing just still keeps going.
We're gonna wrap this up in
damn video. But not a whole lot of Cap in this.
Not a whole lot of Cap, and even when he is there, he's pretty broody.
Yeah.
He's pretty pissy. Like, Vision's like, Captain, and he's like, don't call me Captain.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, I'm not the captain anymore.
I feel like they've got to, like, reconcile.
Yeah.
Tony
and him
there has to be a
meet.
very clear reconcile.
Imagine if they never meet.
Or, yeah, if they never see each other again. I was thinking about that. I was talking to a friend about that. If they never see each other again and never reconcile.
That'd be so friggin'... that'd
hurt.
Man. That'd be huge. Because Tony doesn't even do the phone. He's like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Well, when he's about to, that's when the hair happens. And
But even that, I think even if that didn't happen, he'd be like, we can do this ourselves. Like, he wasn't going to do it. There's no way he was going to do it.
Alright, wrap up?
I think wrap up.
Oh, buddy.
We enjoyed this film a lot.
Yes.
Everything about it, apart from Loki, apart from some jokes, and apart from Red Skull not having a weird voice.
Lack of accent.
Yeah. But apart from that, would you say the best one?
Yes.
Yes? I think so.
There has not been a Marvel movie. I don't think I've seen a movie that I've walked out of not being able to talk about.
No,
because,
not at all.
Like, I was so on edge after that film. I wanted to, like, I literally felt like running around and kicking things.
Yeah.
Like, I was so pumped up for some reason. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to yell and, like, kick stuff. I don't know why, but I was like, just wanted to, like, kick the side of Boost Juice.
Hang on. Time for our sponsors, Boost Juice.
I was so pumped.
Yeah.
One of my friends saw this. He saw the 11:20 session.
Yeah, God. Right.
11:20 at night. Mm-hmm. So he got home at 3 a.m. and I'm like, I wouldn't have slept. There is no film that has made me feel like that.
No.
I know we saw Ultron together and we came out and we were like, whoa, that was so good.
Cool.
And we were like, yeah, explosions and stuff, and we were pumped up. But this is so different.
It leaves you speechless. There is a reason that the credits are so long, and there is a reason there is one scene. It's because you're just gonna sit there. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't have. I was sitting next to Steph, and we were just like,
you can't even talk.
What was that?
You don't even talk during
what do we do now?
People left this film before the end.
Yeah.
What is that?
shit ton of people.
Like-
the 2 ones I went to, they
Yeah.
were gone.
Yeah, like you saw it the
press
day
premiere
before
thing. Yeah.
and the day of. I saw it the day of.
They left.
Why are people leaving? You haven't seen the film yet, I'm sure, unless you've seen it twice in one day, which, like,
Still.
kudos to you, fair enough,
Yeah.
it was an amazing film, but holy crap, who
Dude,
is still
why are
leaving
you
these
leaving?
movies?
Very strange. Very strange. Especially the press one, because I was like, surely you have to be here for the whole thing.
Yeah.
You have to talk about this bit. This bit coming up here. Yeah, it was very strange. Maybe they were just so distraught, they were like, no, I can't take any more of this, I'm out.
The post-credits scene was great.
That was fun.
It's good.
Samuel L.
It's good.
Jackson got his final F-bomb.
Oh,
Speaking of final, though, let's off. Thanks for watching this on
Yep.
the YouTube. We'll see you in another video. We'll probably see you in a Melbourne vlog.
and if you're listening on SoundCloud, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Thanks
Well,
for letting us use your ears.
Yeah. If you enjoyed the podcast format on SoundCloud, let us know. If you enjoyed just more chats like this, let us know. We'll do more, but it'll have to be over Skype.
It will, and a lot shorter.
And it is now nearly 12:30 at night.
Yeah, and my parents haven't seen the film yet, so the dog flew out. I can't even lift my hand up.
Oot.
There we go. And then until the next SoundCloud, the same thing. The same thing. Just say the same thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks.